So hello, welcome to the stream. Today we're going to play a little bit of the Great War as the United Kingdom, and we're going to beat the Germans because they deserve it. Well, thank you. Hello, Teflon Senator. So, you're going to begin our thing off. I think we can only really... Well, here's our thing. We can either go for continued Pax Britannica, which is like the historic route, or... if we were to wait until 1% world tension, we can maybe try to engage in continental affairs and maybe do things a little bit differently than it happened historically. You know what? Let's wait at least a little bit on this. We won't immediately do Pax Britannica. Go for some industry, Union of South Africa. You know what? Let's do the Union of South Africa 35 days on you. Seems okay. Don't let Ireland happen? Okay, we'll try to make sure Ireland does not happen. So right now we have 55 factories. We're 11, 20, 24. That's a lot of naval factories we're gonna have, a lot of dockyards. So we're gonna put 5 on convoys. We're gonna put... we have submarines? Yes, we do. We're gonna build a ton of submarines. Upgrade our infantry to be infantry equipment level 1. And what do we need? Really just infantry equipment, support equipment. Of course, we're gonna also build up some artillery as well. And is there any vehicles? We got armored cars, and of course we're going to start getting our Air Force ready ASAP. Let's go, let's say 5-3-2-5-5. At least for right now. Of course, what we're going to do with our factories, we are going to build a ton of civilian infrastructure. Much as we possibly can in southern England, at least for right now. And what do we want to research? It's 1910. We'll go for our basic technologies here. Production efficiency cap, get some construction speed. And we already have 9. Okay, you're already researched. We get a little bit more reinforcement rates. That's a 1914 tech. It's a little bit expensive. So you know what? Let's just go 10% resource gain. No, not right now. I don't think we need that at the moment. So let's go for the 1910 support weapons. Seems good enough to me. How many men do we have? We have 34 divisions, which actually is not that great. We have 439 ships, which is really good, and 6 aircraft. So, unsurprisingly, our strength mostly comes with the size of our navy here. Let's get our units ready to go. Let's put in a 4222. All of our units in... Europe ready to go. Where's the rest of our army? Probably just elsewhere. We're gonna get you guys. You're basically just gonna be defense. So you're gonna stay in Gibraltar. I think that's gonna be an important place for us to be. You are also gonna do the same thing and basically just be in Malta. What about Egypt? Egypt, it is an independent puppet state. So you know, I think it's fine for you to move into Europe. You in Singapore. Singapore shouldn't be threatened. This is not World War II. Japan's not going to be doing anything aggressive against us. There's a little bit of German territory here, but that should more or less just go and fall into like Australian hands, hopefully. Got some troops over here in China. Yeah, again, they're not really doing anything for us, as far as I'm concerned. So I'm okay just taking them out of the country. Where would I want them to go, though, is a great question. Because I don't know. Where do I want them to be? I don't think I need them in England. You know what? Let's send them to the Suez Canal. Because we are going to go into war with the Ottomans at some point. Our units suck. Why are they all so low on supplies? What about the African campaign? What's going to happen in Africa? I haven't really considered that through yet. But, I mean, I guess we'll have a African army as well. Put, you know, these guys on this border. I think France can deal with these German colonies. I'm just going to put all my units on this front down here. That's going to be all of our army dealt with. We're going to get our army and navy experience. Do some nation building over here. Don't support us enough. We got police action in Bhutan, Riyadh, and the Kiev Devi, Egypt. And that's where they have too much support for the IIM. Is that the Democratic Party? Yes. So maybe if they try to become a little bit too democratic, we can punish them in that way. I'm not too sure. No from the British Dead. Hi. First of all, I just want to thank you for playing my focus tree. I had a lot of fun making it. It's definitely the tree I'm most proud of. There's been a massive amount of progress since my last update, and I believe content for Britain has effectively tripled, if not quadrupled. There are over 100 new events, a lot of new portraits, and a few new Easter eggs for you Easter egg hunters out there. Okay, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am going to turn on my light in my room. On yet. Death of Edward VIII. Edward VIII's life, namesake era, have drawn to a close. Though in a state of grief, King George V has received his coronation. Time will tell if he can solve the turbulent situation in Britain that he has inherited. Got a brand new king. We're probably not going to put in like the king's party or anything like that, where we give a lot of power to the king. I see, because if you go for, you know, engage in colonial affairs, Parliamentarian Act, removes lords' opposition, last liberal government, heals arm race the Commonwealth. Like this is like the AI basically never takes this path because you do need 1% world tension. And I believe we should get 1% world tension when the crisis between France and Germany fires over Morocco, if I'm not mistaken. I remember in this mod what actually causes world tension to actually increase. I'm pretty sure that's one of the modifiers here. So you are, you know, 2-2-3-3. That seems okay. Let's put in a 3-2 with James here. We're not training any units. South Africa Act. South Africa joined Canada, Australia, and New Zealand as far more autonomous dominion of the United Kingdom. Beautiful. But like we're missing a lot of rifles, right? 4.5 thousand, we're making 10 a day. We need more support equipment and we need more artillery. So we're not going to build any units right now. I don't think it's necessary. We are about 4 years away from war. Going for industry as well probably makes sense. War blues, regionalism, Africa. You know what? Let's go for legacy and industrial revolution. Make our industry in Britain a little bit better than it currently is. And yeah, we don't have any template for the artillery, but that will soon change for sure. How many of these reserve brigades? We have 12 reserve brigades. We have 18 regular infantry divisions. The infantry also sucks. We definitely need to make sure our armies are less garbage, which means we need a lot more rifles. Uprising in the colony. Our colonial territories are resisting. The governors report entire villages that have unexpectedly joined the guerrillas. The administration asks us urgently to intervene in affairs of the colony. This is in North Rhodesia. You either change the governor. Yeah, you know, let's change the governor. That seems okay. Now, South Africa is a independent dominion. Hopefully, they should be all right enough to fight down here in Southwest Africa. Here, we're going to have you prepare to move your way into this region here. Now, apparently they are an informal protectorate of us. Nice. And ban some ideologies. We can grow some rubber in Nigeria. It gets 10 rubber. It's not horrible. But our political power right now is really bad. We have Lord's opposition. We're overextended. Apparently Herbert Henry Asquith already Ozzy got some troubles as well, which is always a lot of fun. What kind of name is Asquith? Let's see, we have our... It's a little bit different than Kaiserreich, because we do have some more options here. Like, we can actually change our advisors and stuff. We'll see who we kind of want to get in charge. Japanese annex Korea. That, again, really shouldn't make any difference to us. I mean, Japan is actually going to be an ally of ours in the war to come. You're in the Entente. You have Russia in your faction. You've got Austria in your faction as well. Any other factions in the world? No, it's just the Entente and the Central Powers. I don't think any other factions are going to form. I might be wrong, but I also don't think I am. So it'll be finished soon. We'll follow you up. Kind of war support, huh? War support right now, it's at 31. It's close. We can also get Persia just to give me some oil. And you know what? That seems pretty good. Persia, time for just a little bit of colonialism here. I'm going to take your stuff. We're flashy in green. I've never seen The British fear. I've never seen the a green outline in Hearthfire 4. It's actually the first time I've ever seen it. There's a little bit of a border skirmish between Russia and Persia, but that's completely okay. What do we want to research? It is, again, 1910. Let's go for motorized. You're 1914. You're 1914. You are 338 days, a little expensive. So, you know, let's go for the 1910 artillery. And where is this now? This is still Northern Rhodesia. I mean, how much compliance is in Northern Rhodesia here? No resistance. Compliance is alright, but, you know, we'll change the governor again. At least for right now. What decisions we have here? Steel in Newfoundland. Put a tungsten in the Drakelands. Forces government change. So you need to have more support for democracy for us to have to force a government change on you. Nation building. Give them enough political power. Those to give them a little bit more daily democracy support. France is doing pretty well taking over some lands down here. The Ottomans own some territory, but of course, Italy will go to war with the Ottomans, I think, next year. And once Italy and the Ottomans go to war, Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, Montenegro, and Greece are all going to invade the Ottoman Empire afterwards in the, did they call it the Belgrade Pact? I don't remember exactly what it's called. It might just be called, like, the Balkan League. But they are very, very soon going to go to war with the Ottoman Empire. And there's going to be a lot of Balkan wars. And I'm sure nothing bad in the Balkans will affect the the balance of power in Europe at all. We should be 100% safe. Fingers crossed. Revolution in Portugal. So they are now the Portuguese Republic. I'm going to turn up the game like a little bit. Something like this. I feel like the audio was a little bit quiet before. Do you want to grow rubber in Nigeria? I mean, we're already producing 40 rubber. I don't think it's actually necessary. But now we are getting some oil. How much oil are we getting? At 14. It's better than 0. The Legacy of the Boer War giving us land doctrine, your bonus to infantry technology. That's not bad. Do research bonus techs. You know what? We'll go for the best. 3 dockyards. Well, we already have 700 convoys. We might as well. Early dreadnought, heavy ship, early dreadnoughts. You know what? Let's build some early dreadnoughts then. It'll be done in May of 1912. Where's our navies? No, we basically have just started. You have not missed anything. Got a 14. You are all of our submarines that we're building. We're actually pumping out submarines at a very, very quick rate. Got you down here. You're in Malta. Yeah, so they're basically all of our ships are just in random colonies of ours. Not a big surprise there. Like, where else would my navy be? It's not going to be in like Paraguay. So we're not going to get you. I honestly don't think any of these are necessary. What about tungsten? There's only 4, which is kind of garbage. We only make 25, so we might want to do a tungsten mine in the future, but I'm really not too sure if that's even going to be necessary or not. Political power, it does build so slowly. What are political advisors? Who do we have here? Final workhorse. Political power gain plus 15%. Colonial governor. Master impact minus 0.02. Okay, revolution in Mexico. I don't know how long this is going to go on for. It's going on a little bit too long. We might go for either World Industrial, so 10% construction speed on military factories is pretty good. Or just a flat 15% stability is also, I think, not bad. Stability is always something you do want. And I'm wondering, you know what? It's actually not that expensive. 259 days. I'm okay spending that time researching this stuff now. I'm not going to worry about it. We do have some planes in reserve because we have our airships. Let's just put like 200 on each for right now. And not too sure how many planes we actually have. Oh, 24 fighters already? That's actually pretty good. But what we're going to do is we're going to at least put some into our airship production as well. Parliament debates Irish Home Rule. The House of Parliament are debating Home Rule in Ireland. This would alleviate the Kingdom of Ireland to nominal independence, with us only controlling their foreign policy and nothing else. It is unlikely the debates will bear much fruit for at least a decade. Nevertheless, it means a promising future for Ireland. Also, we now have more than 7% world tension, so we can actually then go for engaging colonial affairs. It's time for Britain to look into the continent and decide the future of Europe. No longer shall Britain sit on the sidelines of world history. What else do you have? You have Lord's Opposition, which is costing us a ton of political power. Fleet at rest. Recruit population's a little stinky. Docket output's not great. Overextensive. British stoicism. And we can't release colonies. Colonial Africa will end after the Great War or in 1919. Can I just declare war on you? No, you're already my puppet state, so I can't do anything with you, at least that right now. What about Abyssinia? You know what? I feel like I deserve to invade Abyssinia. This is Great War Redux. It is the Redux version. We can't do this because we don't have world tension. But you know what? Let's immediately get rid of the Lord's Opposition. Are we just abolishing the House of Lords? No, we're basically just limiting all the power of the House of Lords. It's going to cost us any political power right away, but it is going to pay dividends because we're going to remove a 0.5 modifier, which is, I guess, like 3-4 months. So for 4 months, we're going to have a deficit, but after that, we will only be in the profits. And I think that's worthwhile. Also, now I feel like the game's actually a little bit too loud. We're going to put 2 notches down on this. So we can do anti-socialist raids. I don't think there's any reason to do this stuff. Anything, I'd want more war support. Actually, no, we're at 42%. Fantastic. Being at 42% means I can get this focus here done, which is going to give us 4 military factories for free, which I think is pretty good. Also, do you want intelligence agency? I think the answer is yes. Let's go for the the Directorate of Military Intelligence. Get that formed up. And we'll spy on the Germans because they deserve it. We have a really cheap guy here. Carrier capital ship. I'm going to go a little more meh on that one. Honestly, if we can just get submarines better. Max range, but they're way cheaper. Or we go for more range. Honestly, I'm kind of meh on both those options. We might not get a naval guy anytime soon then. Do some nation building here. Where do we want to build nation building? The British Raj is at 26. You know, let's do some nation building in the British Raj. 120 days on you. How much does that actually cost us in terms of political power? It costs us 0.5. Okay, so it's actually very expensive, and it lasts for 120 days. And you're actually going to take us into the negatives, and it's fine. I'm sure it's completely okay. I mean, we're going to at least be slightly ticking into the positives after this. Not by much, but by a little bit. We have 4 military factories. The last liberal government. We got stability. We're not going to go socialist, at least in this playthrough. More dockyards, more stability in all of our colonies. First things first, I want these military factories. So we get our military factories up. And then after that, we will focus on doing a little more of the political stuff. Let's see, what do we want here? Get some neoliberalism, which gives us more daily democracy support. It also allows us to puppet countries and can justify declare groups on, or declare war on countries with the same ideology group. More war support, and you just immediately give us extensive conscription. Okay, I mean, it's not the worst in the world. If you have a spy. Look at you are apparently Japanese, Russian, German, and British. Okay, Sidney Riley, we'll get you in here. Lawrence of Arabia as well. Go for the naval arm race. Gives us free dockyards. Cheaper convoys. The other stuff I'm kind of more meh with. Deal with Japan. You can just go to war with Japan, but I don't feel like that's going to be in our best interest right away. So, of course, we're going to spy on Germany. Why would he not spy on Germany? He is a German national, and he's Japanese, and he's Russian. He's just... Apparently, he can fit... Oh, also, we are not researching. I'm dumb. He can literally fit in anywhere. Postal forts. You're all way ahead of time. We're going to go for 1912 up researches. Do you have a naval doctrine? And the answer is no. We want more organization for our submarines. We kind of need to starve Germany out. And soon we're not going to be in negative political power. And nation building is going to be done in just a little bit over a month. So it's not so bad. Once you're finished in 10 days, your infrastructure, some civilian factories... 32 steel isn't horrible. Better decryption. That requires us to actually gather the Imperial General Staff. Manchu Picchu. Motorized. At war, we already have tanks. An extra research slot down here isn't terrible either. But I think we want to... Let's put stability into all of our puppet states for right now. The power of the British Commonwealth will be wide and ever-reaching. Get you going next. You will allow us... In 1915, we can attack the Dervish state. If the Dervish revolt is not smashed before we go to war with the Ottomans, we'll have to fight a revolution. French control over Egypt. Egypt becomes a puppet of ours. What else do we got in here? We got the Raj Eternal. More political power for the British Raj. Yeah. We can get Canada to be a little bit better. Naval invasion prep time minus 10%. More recruited population. More political power for them as well. Basically, this is just making all of our puppets better.